What's going on, everyone? Gilman with Wellthy Stocks, back with another video today, taking a look at NIO Stock, ticker symbol NIO. And as we know, they reported earnings today, so we'll take a little bit of a deeper dive into that. Before we get into the video, as always, if you like videos like this, don't forget to hit that like button down below, subscribe to my channel if you are new, and comment down below what your thoughts on NIO are, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. Let me go ahead and hit record. We'll get right into the video. So it was actually a not great day for NIO even before earnings came out, because it was, we're down 5% on the day. We did see a little bit of recovery in the after hours, but overall the day was not great. And that was the case for a lot of growth stocks, right? So it wasn't just NIO that was hit hard. If we take a look at Palantir, down 2%, Tesla down 2.5%. The S&P actually was at a record high, but IWM also pulled back a little bit today. So overall, not a great day for small cap stocks. I could name, tons in my portfolio that are not doing super well. Or did not do super well today. So nothing, too out of the ordinary there. What happened with NIO's earnings? Let's take a look at that real quick. They reported earnings today, and some things beat estimates, other things did not. So let's take a look on that. They issued above consensus revenue guidance for the second quarters, and they're expecting deliveries to grow despite the significant supply chain challenges. So key things to look at here, you guys, is they reported first quarter non-GAAP net loss of 23 cents or 2.23 yuans or 4 cents a share. And this was compared to 1.6 yuan a year ago. Revenues climbed 481% year over year and 20% quarter over quarter to $1.21 billion. Analysts expected a loss of 16 cents per share on revenues of 1.02 billion. The company had initially guided to 1.13 to 1.15. So they were able to get 92.8% of that, or 1.1, vehicle revenues came in at 1.13. I'm assuming that's supposed to be a billion, almost a 500% increase in just a year. So they have about $7 billion in cash, which is great as they're trying to grow. And they delivered 20,060 cars, which we'll take a look at in a second. They were expecting 20,070, so very narrowly missed there. And this talks about more on kind of how they got there, what they sold, and all that good stuff. A couple other articles I want to take a look at real quick. Some of them talk about the same thing, some of them talk about something different. So earnings per share, again, miss from a gap perspective, right? And revenue beats. So analysts expected 7.5, we got 8. And vehicle deliveries, like we just said, analysts predicted 20,070 and we got 20,060. I don't really care that they missed by 10 cars, like considering all the issues they had this quarter with chip shortages, and they had to shut down the factory for 5 days. Missing by 10 cars isn't that big a deal. But they did narrowly miss analyst estimates. And 90% of the revenue coming from cars is, as expected, I would say. But the fact that, 10% of it's coming from other things like probably battery swap stations and stuff like that is definitely great news as well. And then this also kind of talks about something similar, right? 20% growth, 489%, growth in revenue, all that good stuff. NIO expects to deliver between 21 and 22,000 cars in Q2 FY 2021, and they're expecting revenues to be 1.2 billion, between 1.2 billion and 1.3 billion dollars, year over year increase of 119 and 128%. Same thing here, pretty much. Talks about it in a different way, right? I always like looking at multiple articles because sometimes they kind of point at different things to kind of be bullish or bearish on the stock. But again, 21, 22, 1.24, 1.29 is what we're expecting. So not a terrible quarter, right? We were kind of expecting they were going to miss a couple things because of the chip shortage that, remember, shut down their factory for 5 days. If you take a look at, a quarter made up of 3 months, 90 days, 5 days is actually pretty significant in the amount of production that they could get. So that's what we're seeing here, you guys, and that's, I mean, potentially why, you know, we're up about 1% in the after hours, but still about -4% on the day. So let's talk about key levels of support, key levels of resistance, you guys, and then we'll see what we see. So first level of support coming in right here at 38.53, and below that we got $35. You know, we've bounced off of kind of the low $34 level 3 times now. So I definitely think that that's a really good level of support. That would be kind of the downside in my mind as we go down to kind of visit the 35.81 level, worst case 34, where we've got a kind of double bottom here on from 326 and 416. On the way up though, that's kind of where things are getting kind of hard to judge, really. And here's what I talked about yesterday, right? So we could move this bull pennant up because we didn't really get much of a breakout. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and do that right now. Thought we saw that breakout, didn't really happen. We're starting to push down again. So that's what we're seeing on the upside. We got this $40.71. If we can crack the 40s, then 42.38 and then 44.58. Definitely thought that with earnings, we'd see a little bit of run, maybe go into the mid 40s. Clearly, NIO wanted to go the opposite way. So 40 would kind of be, you know, the point I'm looking at, and then 42. But what I'm more so looking is on the downside, kind of being above 35, or if we go down to 35, bouncing at 35. And on the upside, bouncing kind of here, or getting resistance at the 42 kind of 70s mark, right? So if we can trade within that, trade within this bull pennant, you know, hopefully we see a little bit of, a breakout. Now remember, it was kind of doing that here, and then it kind of just tanked. But if we take a look at Palantir previously, right, trading in that bull pennant, we take a look at Apple trading in that bull pennant and then breaking out. That's kind of why I like looking at bull pennants. It's by no way a guarantee that something's about to happen, but rather an indication and something for us to watch out for. So if it goes up to 42, see what happens, right? Does it get rejected? And then we start coming down, maybe consolidate a little bit. Or if it goes above 42, maybe it just takes off. And then on the other hand, if it goes down, it has to bounce kind of in the 35s for us for this to still be valid. So that's what I'm looking at, you guys. I think, you know, depending on kind of how tomorrow is for growth stocks, maybe a little push towards between 38 and 40. That's kind of what I'm hoping to end the week at tomorrow. And then next week, depending on how the market looks, I definitely think that we have, you know, some push up. But again, understand that within this, anything within this bull pennant would be totally cool with me because I'm banking on kind of that long-term push up. I continue to be bullish on NIO as always. I'm holding my shares and my leap call going out to 2023. My immediate target right now would kind of be the mid 40s here, which is about 17-18% return on my shares, and then kind of 50 after that. So that would be about 30% return. Look, if it can get back to all-time highs that it set earlier this year, that's a 70% return from where the shares sit right now. So absolutely great potential with NIO there. Don't necessarily think that that's going to happen in the next few weeks, but long term, I can definitely see getting up there. What I want in the next kind of few weeks or couple months is for it to get solidly in the high 40s, stay there rather than keep coming down into the high 30s. That's my goal for NIO. That's all I had for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to my channel, comment down below what your thoughts on NIO are, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day, and until next time.